Hello guys, welcome to today's video. Alright, so let's backtest together and then plan our week together. Okay, so coming to the monthly time frame, we'll realize that price has been playing around. This is a USD JPY. Alright, so if you are meeting me for the first time, welcome to my channel. I understand that lots of people do not know how to backtest. Alright, they confuse backtesting with prediction, which is not what you need in the market. So today I decided to backtest with you. Okay, so maybe let's come to 4-hour time frame. I can keep this picture somewhere here. Yeah. Okay, so come to 4 hours time frame. So done. Let me align my screen properly. Okay. This 4 hours. Resets. Okay. Alright, so when you are backtesting, there are things you need to pay attention to. Alright. There are things you need to pay attention to. You want to know what is happening in the market. First, you need to ask yourself, where was price coming from? Where is price at the moment? So looking at this H4 time frame, use your straight line, mark at this zone. This is where price started from, and then price came down. Okay, price came down. So price started from this zone. Let's see what happened last week. Yeah, and now price came down. If you're in my community, we're able to catch this sell NFP. We caught this sell from this zone. Okay, and this is the reason why we took that trade. I will explain to you during this backtest. We're able to catch this trade from here down. Okay, so price is coming from this zone. So if you look at the market structure, you see that price broke this zone. Look at this, and caused a BMS. If you switch to line chart, it will be clear to you. Can you see? So if you take off the week, price broke this zone. If you take off the week, okay, so there was a BMS on H4. So in other words, you want to see market structure. Price was trending upwards. Price was trending upwards. You have higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, and price did higher high and came down and broke this low. So you are waiting for price to come to this zone, so you join this sell and sell down. So this is the structure we looked for. At this area, if you observe, you notice that there was a break in market structure at this area. This shows you that price is not ready to make another higher high. Price took out the liquidity at this zone. Okay, price took out the liquidity at this zone, came back immediately and take out the low. Alright, so let me put a liquidity mark. So there was dollar, there were buy, sell stops and all that, buy stops, buy side liquidity. This area, people were selling from resistance, people were putting buy stops and all that. So price took away their liquidity and came down and gave us a break in market structure. Okay, so this zone was break in market structure. This will immediately tell you that there is possible change of trend. What you want to do, you want to wait for price to come back to this area, show you rejections, and then you can probably say so. You look that there is an OB order block probably in this zone, okay, which is where you're waiting to sell. So this is the reason why we sold this USD JPY on NFP and we're able to make good money from it. So this is the pattern you want to see to show you that price is making some changes in the trend. Alright, so looking at H4, if you look deeply, this is the pattern you will see. So if you go lower, probably to H1, alright, it will be clearer to you. So look at on H1. Okay, I'll clear everything. remove on H1. Okay, on H1, okay, let's remove everything. So where was price coming from? This was Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So this was last week, right? This was last week. So on Wednesday, price took out the high of Tuesday. This is high of Tuesday. Okay, this is high of Tuesday. Price took it out and immediately shifted below. So this is what we call liquidity grab. If you check, the close was almost immediately. The close was almost immediately. It just took out this high and came down immediately. Now your market structure, this is your recent higher low. This is the most recent place price bought from. This area was the recent place that price bought from and broke this zone. Okay, so because market was in a buy market, this is an uptrend as of this area, then price took out this and shifted back. If you look at the story this week was telling you, these were buyers that pushed the market high and then sellers came in and pushed it down, and it closed below this previous day high, this previous Tuesday's high, and now gave you some sense. So if you sold here, this is a bearish engulfing. So if you sold here and put your stop loss above, price never got to you and it gave you some profit. Alright, so when price came at this area, we can see some breaks on BMS here. Can you see? They appeared like liquidity grab, but if you check, there is candle close this area. So this is the break in market structure, which happened on Tuesday Asian section. Alright, so price retraced back. So when this happens, you should be expecting change in market structure. Then from the pattern that I gave you in H4, you want to wait for price to come to this area before you sell. So mark out the recent OB. Alright, so from this week down to this area is the recent OB that I want price to come and react to. Some other people will draw their OB this way, but some people would include the week, which is what grabbed the liquidity. So if you are waiting for price to come to this area, then it came on a price came on. So in the Asian section, price came to this zone. If you look at this candle, you can see it was very aggressive. This bullish candle here, it was very aggressive. Before then, price created liquidity at this area. This is called breaker. This is called a breaker. All right. So when price came to this break, I don't like breaker setups. If you know me very well, I don't like breaker setups. Price usually use breaker setups to create liquidity. So many people will be expecting that this other block will be mitigated because it was an unmitigated other block. They would mark this zone and say, yeah, price will mitigate this area. Some other people will say, here is what a resistance zone that price will say here. And probably when price came there, they gave you some bearish engulfing, which when you sold, price actually took you out. This is just a trap zone. All right. So this breaker block was a trap zone. This is a liquidity area. When people sold, so if you look at this, price now came to this zone and rejected at this area. Okay, price came here and rejected at this area in Asian section and gave us our trade. This is the setup we want to be looking at, and then you'll be able to understand your trade. This is typical price action. Switch to line chart. You see how price did higher low, higher high, right? Higher low, higher high. Price came here, took out this previous low here. Okay, if you bring it up, you can see that. Look at how price took it out, and then came up here and failed to take out the previous higher highs. Okay, and now I'm broke down. This is where we got our trade. This is why we took this trade on NFP. It's as simple as that. When you keep trading simple, you begin to see patterns. Okay, begin to see patterns. So if you have entered here, price must have trapped you at this zone. If you are the type of people that trade candles or trade just support and resistance without paying attention to market structure, you will be trapped at this zone. Okay, so this is how we got this trade on Friday. Okay, let's keep back testing. I'll delete everything and let's keep going. This is how to backtest. So why did this market buy? What do you want to see? Okay, let's see. So first thing you do when you are backtesting is find out where price came from, because you want to understand why the market bought. So look at where price came from, the lowest low. Okay. All right. You want to see where price is coming from and what made price move. So look at the low. This is the lowest low that price made at this zone. Okay. Okay, put this down here. So you begin to ask yourself, why did price reject at this zone? If you always ask yourself, why did price move from this zone? Why did price reject at this zone? You begin to see reasons why price moved. Now, when you ask this question, the next thing you want to ask is, always look left. If you look left in your chart, you must see something. Now, if you are looking left, we can't see anything. So go higher to higher time frame and look left. Now look. If you look at this zone where price moved from, look at your left side. Can you see this area? This is the reason why price moved from this zone. This is the reason. This is always another block. There is always something by your left hand side that caused price to either reject or to move or to do whatever price is doing. Can you see this area? So price was rejecting at this zone. Okay, so we'll come to our H1 or M15, wherever is your time frame, but let's use H1 for now. So can you see why price rejected from this zone? Initially, price already moved from this area. If you look at the left hand side, you see the previous days price has already bought from here. So price came to retest this area. So it's a support zone. All right, it's a support zone. Okay, now that I know that where price started from, let us see what happened. Okay, so when sellers were selling the market, and all of a sudden the buyers came and pushed it up. That's why I formed a wick. And what happened? There were buyers in the market. Plus played around and stopped here. So the next day, look at the highest day, the daily close. Okay. So this is the daily close in this area. Okay. This is the daily close. Okay. Now let us know what happened. Did price break a market structure? We look left. Okay. Why did price sell at this zone? If you look left, you notice that this is a resistance zone. There is another block where price has been rejecting from. Look at this. Can you see? This is why price sold. This is another block on your left. So one secret you should adapt is always look left. Always look left. So always look left, right? This is why price sold from this zone. Okay, can you see how price gave sellers one? So it's not that way. This is more like support, this is more like resistance. Now switch to your line charts. You can notice that price is not making any trend. These are just minor trends. Can you see higher, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Then here you see where is this? Okay, so look at this area. Can you see this mini trend? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price failed to break this area. Can you see? And now played around and now finally took it. This is the change of trend. This is now an uptrend, higher high. And now price down failed to go higher and came down. So this is just market structure everywhere. Market structure, even in ranging market structure. So close this. Now the main trend, right? If you notice, price is not breaking this resistance, price is not breaking this low. Okay, price is not breaking this low. Can you see how price came here and also rejected? What will your mind tell you? Your mind should tell you that this is a ranging market. Price is just in a box. Price is just in a box. Alright. Alright, so the secret is always look left. Okay, always look left. The picture will be clearer. So looking at this zone, you understand that price has been in a range. It has been just in a box. Just look at this high. It's not being taken out. This low is not being taken out. Okay. So what does it tell you in market structure? This is a ranging market. All you have to do is to stay away. Okay. Can you see this area too? Price came here, the same thing happened. Came here. Okay. Price also came here, also rejected. So before this, also rejected. So this is more like a box. This is more like a box. Price was ranging. So this is an example of a ranging market. But if you still want to catch trade in this zone, in this ranging market, so look at what to do. Since we have established our support and resistance in this range. So when price came to this zone, remember, look left. When price came down to this zone, look left. You see price gave you bullish candles, and then they bought. When they came here, look at this other block here. That was where price rejected from. So if you switch your line chart, you understand that price is not making any higher highs and higher lows. Price is just there. Okay. So when they came here again, they rejected off this area, gave you some triggers, then pushed, rejected, and finally pushed. Look at this other block. Can you see? Always look left to see why price is moving, or see what price is moving. This is the best way to backtest. When you look left, you find out why price is acting the way it's acting. Now after this rejection, can you see this massive bullish engulfing? If you look at this candle, it's bigger than most of these candles here. After this, price now moved very high. Price bought massively. Alright, can you see? Price bought massively. Okay, before we now had this. So this is how you backtest. Okay, so we are going. This was for last week. So I'll clear those areas. Let's find another area. Remember, this is the same as every other chart, every other pair. Try to find out what price is doing. Okay, let's just check this area. Alright, let us look at this zone. So what we want to do is to find out where price is coming from. So look at this area. Price was coming here. Okay, price was coming from this zone. If you want to know why price came from here, switch to your higher time frame, daily or 4 hours, and you will see why price, or where price is rejecting from that area. Okay, look at it. So if you look left, look at this zone, look at this zone. Can you see this is previous weekly high? So more like it was a previous resistance. The price has been playing around. This is one tap, second tap, third tap. Can you see the zone? Always look left. Can you see this area? Keep looking left. Can you see? Price has been playing around this key zone. This is a key level, a strong key level for price. This happened in 2025, July 2025. Price played around the area in July. Can you see? So if you look left from higher time frame, you understand why price is acting the way it's acting. So this is Tuesday, 12th of August. So come down to lower time frame. Search for 12th of August. Okay. This is May. 12th of August. Okay, so now we know why price is jetting from this zone. Let us see our structure. Remember, price was bullish before. Look at price. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, a bit higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price broke below and came back here. This is a retest, and now pushed down, and now this. Alright, so let me explain what happened. Zoom out. Alright, okay, so when you switch to your line charts, it will be clearer. Okay, this is the same pattern every time. Okay, can you see it? Oh, let me remove my diagram. Delete. Now switch to line charts. You see this is H1. So if you want to see this clearer, go down to M15 or M30, which is your entry time frame. Okay, look at this. Can you see? Higher high, higher low, higher high. Price took out this low. Look at this area, but took this one out. So this is the low, the recent one here. Price took it out. Alright, so this is breaking market. So once you see breaking market structure, just know that the trend has changed. Once you see your breaking market structure, just know that your trend has changed. All you want to do is to mark out your OB, your bullish or bearish order block. This is our bearish order block here, and wait to see price reaction. Okay, so let me bring this to M15 so it will be clear. Come to that date. Alright, so this is it. Very clean. Very, very clean. Okay, so this area could not hold first time when they did first BMS, but price broke this zone. Right, price broke, it couldn't hold. So look at now the BMS here. If you want to use this one, anyone you want to use using the week, look at the BMS. So once price broke with this aggressive shift, this happened by 1:30. Probably this is a news on the 12th. Is it NFP on the 12th? Okay, that was not NFP. Okay, but probably this is a news. They showed their hands with this. What do you want to do? Mark out your zone, your most recent bearish order block, which is this area, which is this, the one that grabbed liquidity. Yeah, okay. Now when price came to this zone, price immediately came back aggressively. If you are not sure of what is happening in the market, you think that price wants to buy, but when they came here aggressively, the next candle was aggressive to give you very nice bearish engulfing, showing you that we are going down. Even if you sell from here, if you sell from this area and put your stop loss above, price never came to you, it just gave you some drawdowns. Where is this? So if you sold from here, right, if you sold here, okay, taking it down, price will only waste your time, give you some drawdown, but never hit your stop loss, and now finally went your way. Okay, so if you missed this first entry, okay, we are taking this out. Price later came back again. If you are not sure what is happening, you may think that price wants to buy. Why do you want to buy when price has given you breaking market structure? One of the most important things you want to understand in the market is breaking market structure, BOS or BMS. Price has given you breaking market structure and came here and rejected. Okay, can you see? Look at second entry here. By what time? So this is happening in New York section. This one was by 1:30. So this is happening by 2:30. After 1 hour, this one is by 3:30. And after this, can you see this evening star? Price now went down. It's as simple as that. It keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. If you are in my community, Telegram trading community is free. You'll be catching this type of trade. So do well to join my free Telegram community. It's very free. I give out charts, I give out trades, and you take your trades and still make your money. Very clean. Can you see? So if you have gotten first entry, second entry is here. Your stop loss above this zone, and look at price coming down. Can you see? Very, very clean. So this is how you backtest. You begin to ask yourself, why is price rejecting? Why is price moving at this zone? Why is price consolidating at this zone? Can you see? Very, very clean setup. This pattern keeps repeating itself over and over. So if you haven't watched my video on market structure, go to my previous video and watch market structure. You'll understand market structure very, very well. I explained it in the best way possible for you to understand and start making money from the market. This structure keep repeating itself. All right, now following market structure, now we know that the market trend is what? Bearish. What do you want to start looking for? Start looking for bearish market. Start looking for sells. Forget about the buys. Okay, so if you miss this trade on the first day, Now let us know, why is price buying at this zone? Why is price buying at this zone? Remember, the first thing you want to do is look left, draw your straight line. Let us know why price is pulling back at this zone. Okay, so we are looking at this zone. Now when you look left, the previous day, you understand that this is just a zone that price wants to look at. This area, high of previous day. This is more like price is trying to retest this resistance zone to be a support. Look at how price has played around this area, and now it is pulling back, and it is pulling back by 445. Probably you won't be looking for entries at this time, and you shouldn't be looking for buys. Finally in Asia they came up, and now when price came up, okay, where do you want to sell from? Sell continuation. Remember, basic knowledge said when price breaks support, it turns to resistance. When price breaks resistance, it turns to support. Now look at our previous support zone. You want price to come back after this break to retest this support zone and make it what? A resistance, which is exactly what price did. Can you see? This is exactly what price did. Price came here, gave us our rejection. This is in Asia. This is by 3:15 a.m. Okay. Price rejected. Look at it, retested this area. So in other words, this is a proper setup. After QML, price will now retest the BMS area, and you see how price sold massively. Price sold very, very massively, very, very, very massive. Okay, can you see how price sold? Now look at the previous support. Now that is where price pulled back from. Remember, when price breaks a zone, the row changes. Okay, look at this sell here, right? Look at this sell. If you switch your line chart, it's very clean. Can you see this sell? Now let me take this off and show you on line chart. Look at the line chart. Now remember your market structure. Okay, you want to see price from in downtrend. You want to see price from lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low. Stops. Lower highs, lower low. So price can come back. As far as price did not take out this previous lower high, it is still a downtrend. If it breaks it, then the trend is changing. Even if it comes to this area without breaking it, it's still what? A downtrend, right? So now come to this area. Look at what price is doing. Now we know that in this chart, this is our previous lower high. This area, this zone, I'll use a circle now. This zone is our previous lower high. This is lower low. Price can come back as far as this high, this previous lower high is holding. As far as it's holding, look at the retest of this OB. It's very clean, retest of this OB. As far as price did not take it out, it is still a downtrend. Look at how price came and retested this OB by this time and went down. Just made it. Very, very clean. Very, very clean. Okay. And it even gave you about 3 entries. It came, gave you this area, gave you push down, came back, couldn't take out this high. Can you see? Even in this area, price came, broke this zone. Let me use a timeline. Price came, broke this zone. Can you see this zone? Came back and retested this OB. Price gave us 2 entries. You just need to pay attention. If you don't get the entry here, you can get entry here, you can get entry here, you can get entry here too. Look at how price came to retest this low. After this whole thing retested, this is about 1 to 3 entries. You already know the trend is downtrend. It's easy. Okay. You lose your money when you want to force these buys, when you want to start forcing buy in a down market. But that's by the way. Let us keep back testing. Okay, so this high head. So when price broke this support zone, which is where price bought from, what do you expect price to do? We expect price to come and retest this zone so that this support can turn to what? To resistance. What did price do? Price came, price created an OB here, came back and retested. This is happening in 12:30. This is happening in New York section. This is happening in New York section, yeah. So if you are trading a pair, you should be able to know when the pair moves. Like USD JPY moves in Asia very well and the New York section. So I'm not surprised it moved at this midnight. Price moved at this midnight. Now in New York section, look at it. Price came down. Okay, so there's something I want to check. My London, my Asian session. Okay, the high and the low. Okay, London broke, came back and retested. Okay, continuation trade and went down. This is continuation. This is just Asian range. Alright, can you see price retested, gave another entry and keeps pushing down. Look at switch to line chart. It's simple. This is now lower low. Price played around, broke it. Let me show you. Look at this low. Can you see how price broke this zone? Your market structure will make you profitable if you respect it and start applying it. Can you see? Price broke it. This tells you that price is still going down. So if price breaks this zone, what do you want to do? You want to mark out the recent OB, which is this area. This is a trap zone. The first one is a trap zone. The first one is a trap zone. This area is a trap zone. This is where price rejected from. Can you see? Price trapped people. This area I showed you, say you sold, it came up, and it happened at midnight by 9, and in Asian session it continued going down. So price has retested this zone and is going down. Support turned to resistance. Price is going down. Can you see? Now when price reached this zone, that was when let me show you what happened. Price sold massively. Price sold massively. Okay, from 22.12 sold massively. So this is by 2:15 and finally by 7. So in the morning, what happened? Price created a low. Price created a low. This is a lower high, lower low, lower high. So price played around, consolidated, and finally you are waiting for more sales. Probably you draw your OB here to continue selling. Okay, and price gave you some sales, you sold because you have missed this whole sale. Price trapped you and then boom, hit your stop loss. So if you lose here, is a valid loss, but then before you sell from here, there are things you need to ask. Why do you want to sell from here? Why not look at this zone? Okay, if you put a straight line, this is not a strong zone to sell. Let us look left. Okay, price reacted many times at this area, but looking at this chart, if you use your Fibonacci, this is not a good pullback area. It's not a good pullback area to sell. Okay, it's not a good pullback area to sell. Use your Fibonacci. It's not even up to 50%, so it's not a good area to sell. Can you see? It's even at 38. So this is a trap zone. This is not a valid zone to sell this trade. If I'm looking for sell, I would prefer price come at this area for me to sell. I would prefer price to come at this area. Now again, when you are looking at this candle, this is exhaustions. These candles are exhaustion. This consolidation is exhaustion. Price is already tired. Price is already tired of everything. I'll take out everything. Let us find out why price bought from this zone. So use a straight line. Okay. Use a straight line and go to our higher time frame H4. This is on the 14th of August, so go to H4. Something must have happened on 14th of August. I made price buy from that area. Okay. 13 18th August. Okay, look at 14th of August. Now look left. Always look left. If you forget everything in this video, never forget to look left. Whenever you are backtesting, whenever you are analyzing market, always look left on the higher time frame. Now look at where price bought from. Look left with this line. Look at where price was retesting. This is just a return to other block. This is a perfect buy zone. So if you look left, there is no point to look for sells. Look at it. So it's more like price on the bigger scale has been on the bullish move. Let me squeeze. On the bigger scale, price has been bullish. Switch to line chart. It's as simple as that. Price has been making higher highs and higher lows on the big scale. Where is this? Okay. Look at higher low, higher high, a bit higher low, higher high. Can you see this? Higher low, higher high. Now price came back, trapped people this area. I couldn't touch the zone. Trapped people. This is trap zone. Then retested this area and then pushed. Can you see why price bought? Price now retested this area and what? Moved. This is the one reason why you should first of all analyze your market from. This is why you should analyze your chart from higher time frame and mark out your zones from higher time frame. I only trade from lower time frame, zone to zone. Can you see? Price was playing and finally pushed high. Okay, let's zoom so it will be big in your eyes. So this is very, very simple, very clean. Now looking at this higher time frame, we know why price bought. Okay, so this price came, all this sales has been to just come to this area to retest this bullish order block. After a break in market structure on this area. Look at this high on H4. This is the break in market structure. Please always look left. Whenever you're analyzing, whenever you're planning your trade, always look left. It will save you lots of losses. To save you from lots of losses, always look left, right? Can you see the break in market structure? Look at how price broke, came down, trapped people, and finally retested. It took a long time to do this. Okay, so we go to our entry time frame, which is M15, M30, H1, whatever is your best time frame. H4. If your entry time frame is on H4, can you see this? Price sellers were in the market and all of a sudden buyers came in. With this week, can you see pushed up? All right, overpowered the sellers and gave us this bullish push. So you can buy from here, put your stop loss, and then price move. This is H4. If you come to H1, let me show you. This will be a complete bullish engulfing on H1. Okay, on H1, can you see? Price came, trapped people. This is by 7. Trapped people, and by 11. Okay, this is by 1. Price now pushed high and then moved up. So if you missed this push, don't worry. The next day price will always come back. Look at your left hand side. Look at this zone. This is the previous side. Switch to line charts. Remember, price was making lower highs and lower low. Okay, so price was selling lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now price couldn't take this out, played around, and finally took out this. So if you were looking to sell this market again, like I said, I'll be looking at this zone before, but now look at price came and broke above it, so the sell is invalid. Now I know we have our break in market structure. This buy could not hold, this sells could not hold, sorry. Okay, so price came and gave us what? A break in market structure. What are you looking to do? I am looking to now start buying. I will mark my zones, use my fib. All right, let us use our Fibonacci. Okay, I'll be teaching how to use Fibonacci in my next video, so if you have not subscribed to this channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on your notification and let me know the topic you want me to teach in the next videos from the comment section. All right, so if you use your Fibonacci, okay, so look at it, 0.6, 0.7. This is where price came to retest, okay, which is appropriate for USD/JPY. If you mark out your OB, this is the OB. Remember, this is an FVG. Price also has right to come and reject at FVG. Can you see? This is where price came and what? Rejected, and then pushed, and then continued buying. Okay, let us know another confluence. Okay, price came to retest this, mitigate this other block. I'll take off this one so it will be clear. I'll play this blue so it will be clear. So look at this mitigation block, this other block here. Price came to retest it. And then boom, by 10, by 1, by 2, by 3. Okay, that is how price retested it and moved, and in the Asian section it moved. Okay, if you want to catch this trade from here, go to lower time frame M15 and to be very clear. Okay, so look at it on lower time frame. We already know why price was buying. Okay, let's check M30 first. M30. So on M30, good. On M30, since we know that this is a buy zone, what do you want to do? If you are waiting for price to come to this zone, I'm clearing this now. And on M30, you can see complete bullish engulfing. This is a bullish engulfing. Market was going down, and aggressively the buyers pushed high. If really this market wanted to sell after this serious and aggressive bear candle, they are supposed to go down, but immediately price pushed higher. If you put your stop loss here, price just gave you a little drawdown, pushed higher. This is second entry. This is more like break, BMS, retest, price pushed, and then if you entered and put your stop loss here at this bottom, price consolidated and finally pushed high. We already know from higher time frame that this is a buy zone, so this is valid, right? So this one happened by 6. So why didn't this first one hold? Why didn't this first bullish candle hold? Why did this one hold? This one did not hold because it didn't grab any liquidity. Now looking at this, okay, this is a low. Okay, then this one did not actually hold because it didn't really do any liquidity grab. So they use these two candles to trap traders. Again, look at the time it happened. This is happening by 2 a.m. This is happening by 6 a.m. This is the Asian range. So these are Asian range. And then price by 7 and by 8. Price took out, okay, by 6. Then the 7 o'clock candle grabbed all this liquidity. 8 a.m. candle took it back. Alright, so this is liquidity grab on low of Asian low. This is liquidity grab, classic liquidity grab by 8 a.m. candle. Alright, so this candle did not hold because this is consolidation on Asian range. It's more like consolidation on Asian range, so good or less, no liquidity was grabbed. But you can see clearly that this grabbed liquidity. You can see clearly, where is it? You can see clearly that this grabbed liquidity at this zone. Okay, always look left. Okay, after this liquidity grab, we switch to line chart, see what price is doing. We need it to take out this high. So if you look at this tiny zone, you can see that price took out this zone. I'm looking for this. Okay, can you see? inside this area. Can you see? Inside this area, can you see how price came above? So inside this area, this candle by 8:30 pushed above. This one resisted, this one pushed, this one also pushed above. So this is more like they broke this area. This is break a market structure, came back to retest, they came back again. So played around, they couldn't break this OB. This is the origin that caused this whole break in market structure. So I will squeeze this down, remember. So look at the OB. Okay, played around your stop loss and they push. So even if you decide to enter from here, your stop loss will be very wide. You just have to use a very small lot size. Remember your risk management. And then price never came back to you, they moved. And this is happening by 1, 6, 12, 11 o'clock. So what time? Liquidity graph. Okay. 7:30, 7:30, 8, 9. So the picture has been taken. Okay, price pushed, and then boom, came to this zone, gave you this candle. It's already broke, so there is no trade here. They continued. Then the next day, in Asia, they came back. If you look at this zone, price just retested this area, respected this other block, and came back. So this is by 10. Okay, let us find the Asian range. Asian range is 8:30. 8. So look at the low. So price came or like a daily structure. The liquidity grab, consolidated liquidity grab, formed a proper W and moved. Can you see? First leg, neckline, moved, came back and retested this neckline. So there are lots of places you could have caught this trade, even if you missed from beginning. Retest. Can you see? Retested in Asia. USD/JPY moves in Asia. Gave you first entry, broke above, came back again. Gave you entry. By what time is this? By 8 a.m. again. You see? 8 a.m. by 9, pushed high, gave you your candle, put stop loss here, price still moved. This is classic. So it gave you so many entry opportunities. Okay, so if you look left, you will find out why price is testing at this zone. This is how you backtest and sharpen your trading strategy, whatever strategy you are trading. Okay, now let us put this in I will clear all the, okay, I will just remove this. Let me switch to line chart so you see your proper market structure. Like I always tell you, switch to line chart is classic. Can you see? Now look at when price broke this area. This is your higher low, higher high, higher low. Can you see? They played around. Can you see? And finally retested, gave you this one, and continued going high. Can you see? So this is market structure. It keeps repeating itself over and over again. You just have to pay attention. You just have to pay attention to these little details. You begin to lose most of the time when you refuse to pay attention to this market structure. Market structure is the foundation of any trading strategy. No matter what you trade, you must pay attention to market structure. Okay, and again, when you are looking at when price is moving, you must also pay attention to the times that markets always move. So this USD/JPY, if you have been following me from this whole backtest, you understand that they move very well in Asian section, and they also move very well in New York section. So if you are trading London section, most times it's not often. So look at London section by 5 is Asia. This is 12. This is 1. This is 1. This is New York section. Then this other cell was in Asia. This is London. So this one too, can you see, was Asia. They came down in London, grabbed liquidity, put back, played around. In New York, they gave a hand. Asia, they moved. All right. Same thing here. So this is by 3 a.m. So they sold. They sold in Asia. Then this one is what? By what time is this? By 12. This is New York. This is New York. So any pair you are trading, you must try as much as possible to understand the times they move very, very well. If it's GU, GBP, USD, they move very well in London session. So this is by 10. Okay, so let's find out what happened this day. Let's find out. Okay, price was already showing you higher highs and higher low. Okay, in Asia they came down. This is by 4, by 6. Okay, this is the low and the high. What time is this? 7:30. Okay. Okay. They came down, grabbed the liquidity and moved. They tested this area and pushed. Now look left, always look left. Where did the price react from? Look at this other block. Always look left. Can you see? Always look left. Always look left. It's like magic, right? It's like magic. Always look left. After they grab liquidity, look at it. They gave you by 8:30, gave you this candle and started pushing. This is the trade for the day. Always look left. Always look left. Okay. Okay. Remember, before this thing happened, what is the general trend of this market? It was already a bullish market. Switch to line charts. It makes it easy. Can you see price was coming down, and on this day, price broke this high. This is breaking market structure. The high of previous day was broken. Look at how price broke it. What do you expect? You expect a pullback. There will always be a pullback. So price came back and retested this zone. So if you missed it the first day, look at price giving you entry on the second day. Now if you go on daily, I've shown you how this one, where it came from on H4. So things you need to bear in mind while backtesting is any pair you are studying, find out how the pair behaves, the time the pair moves very well. And also find out the structure of the market by looking left. When you look left, you find out where price is likely to react and where it's not likely to react. Okay, can you see? Very clean. On this day, what happened? I think price was consolidating. I'll clear everything and show you. So you may not have gotten a trade here. Price was coming down, we know, broke this place. So I expected to sell more from here, this area, which price came, gave us some sales, and then came to this low. We're expecting price to break this low. But what happened? Price never broke this low. Instead, price formed a very aggressive bullish engulfing. So if you are the type of person that trades and never takes your profit, price will actually come down, close and hit you out, maybe in break even. Can you see? Price came here. This is your take profit. This is your take profit. This zone. Then price will break. Retest will continue selling. So when price came to this zone, it happened by 1 a.m. So if you sold by 7:30, probably, or by 3:30, then by 1 a.m. price came up, it's rejected. Look at this OB, rejected. You don't have a trade yet because price is in a range. Price is still in a range. Price is in a range. Until this is taken out, write it up, take your profit, take your entry from here. This is where you should be looking to take your trades. This is an uptrend or bullish market. Okay. Now, okay, I think I have a picture of downtrend. Okay, not here. Okay, it's not here. Okay. Now let me take you to the chart and show you picture of a downtrend. Oh, I thought I have this picture here. Now I'll take you to the chart and show you a picture of a downtrend. All right. Okay. Okay. Before we go to the chart, okay, let me show you a picture of a downtrend. Then in a downtrend market, you want to see price form series of lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and else. Now, where do you want to take your entry? With your trend line, you should be able to spot that this market is heading downwards. Can you see? It's very simple to detect. Sometimes it seems difficult, but if you can't easily tell the trend, that means it's ranging. So with this, you can know that the market is heading downwards. And all you want to do is to start looking for sales. Okay? Start looking for sales. And the only place you can buy is from what? Your lower highs. Can you see from here? This is our entry zone, right? This is our also entry zone here. This is where you want to sell from. Then if you are seeing buys, just forget about the buys and focus on the sales. That way you stay more profitable. But if you want to start counter trading, forcing buys in a downtrend, you will lose more than you win. This is not what you want to do for yourself. Okay. Now in a ranging market, price will put you in a box. Price will put you in a box. And then you begin to see price. You won't be able to tell whether price is going up. Then you see price coming high. Then they will come here, maybe somewhere here. You see them come this way. They will come down. You see price come here. They will come this way. They keep ranging, putting you in a box. Immediately you notice this type of trading, the best thing you can do for yourself is close your charts and wait for price to break. Now in this chart, you won't be able to tell whether price is going high or going low. All right. So if you use your trend line, how do you draw this? Do you draw it this way? Of course, it's not correct. Now, do you want to draw it like it's a downtrend? How do you connect the dots? So this is typical example of price is ranging. And the best thing you can do for this market is do not force trade. Just simply close your charts and be patient for price to break out in either way. Last week, if you traded, you notice that price ranged a lot. I will show you in the chart. So these are the three basic types of market structure you want to know. Know this, master them, and you will have peace. No matter the strategy you are trading, market structure remains the foundation of every trading strategy. Now I'll bring you to my chart and show you from the charts. Okay. Okay. So this is H4 chart on DXY, that is dollar index. Okay. So looking at these charts, what do you see? This is H4 charts. What do you see? You can simply tell by looking at this chart that this market is trending upwards. You can simply tell. If you find it difficult to tell that this market is trending upwards, simply switch to your line chart and it's very clear. Use your trend line. That's another second way. Use your trend line and draw, connect the lines. Okay. Can you see? This is simply an upward market. You can connect and know that this is an upward channel. Market is trending upwards. Now, what do we want to see in an upward market or an uptrend or a bullish market? We want to see our higher lows. We want to see price form a higher low. All right, which is our buy. Can you see? This is our buy zone. And then we ride it to this zone. Price will actually come down. Do not bother to sell this market. Do not bother to sell this market. Reason is because price has right to start moving up from here. Okay, now what else do you see for this? Okay, can you see this zone? This is another entry zone, higher low. So this is another zone, higher low. This is another zone, higher low. And these are the zones you want to trade this market from. All right, so in an upward market, please start looking for buys, forget about the sells. Now that we know that market is trending upwards in this place, what do? Switch down to your entry time frame, whether H1, M30, M15, wherever you enter market from, and start looking for buys. Now remember, I told you that in an upward market, it is not as straight as we are seeing it right now. If you go down to H1, all right, let me take this off. If you go down to H1, you will begin to see minor. Okay, this is 21st of April. Okay, let me take you to this area, right? 21st of April. This is H2. You begin to see minor trends that form in the market. 21st of April. This is August. 21st of April, right? Now look, this is H2. All right, if I can take you lower, to, let's say your entry time frame is H1. Okay, let me show you how this will be confusing to you. Now this is your entry time frame. Now you've come to the market started showing you some buys, then you buy from here and take your profit. Maybe the next day you are in a haste to make money, you're always in the market, you see this very bearish engulfing candle, you click sell. Probably, let's assume you sold here, right? Let's assume you sold here and put your stop loss. Okay, let's assume after seeing this very long bearish candle, okay, you put your stop loss above the candle. What happened? Price will give you small profit, you add more, you load your account, you over leverage, price immediately turn and hit you. The reason why this price doesn't sell is not because the candles are not correct, but because this is a bullish market. There is no point looking for sales. Instead, focus on the trend of the market. That's why we say trend is your friend. All right, now look at, if you bought here, you see how easily you made your profit. Now price will show you some sales again, you say price will keep on playing for 3 days and finally come back here, then someone will buy, price will start coming up. All right, so if you look inside this channel, you will see the mini trends I was talking about. Inside this channel, can you look at this? These are mini trends, and you are not supposed to pay attention to the mini trends that you are seeing. Can you see? Can you see the mini trends inside this box? So if you are always analyzing market from lower time frame, you will always confuse yourself with these tiny moves. Okay, you will confuse yourself with these tiny moves. So the best place to look for your trend of the market is on H4. Then when you come down to your entry time frame, M15, M30, whatever you enter market from, start trading in line with the trend. Be patient enough for days, for weeks. If price is not showing you your setup, be patient to wait for the price to be in line with your trend, unless you see maybe reversals. So this is it about uptrend. Now I'll take you back to H4. Let me show you bearish market. All right, so in bearish market, what do you want to see? In bearish market, all you want to see is lower highs and lower lows, lower highs, lower low. Can you see lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower low? Simply switch to your line chart. That's why you have your line chart. Use your trend line, draw the trend line. Can you see? You connect the dots. Okay, use your trend line, connect the dots. This is chart, it's never straight, but you already have a concept that this is what? A downtrend. Okay, so what you want to be doing in lower time frame, start looking for sales. It's as simple as that. Now let's use our candles. Okay, so this is lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower low. So in this market, simply mark your zones. You already know your support and resistance. Go down to your entry time frame and start looking for sales. Forget about the buys and start looking for sales. This is Monday, May 1st. Let's go to let's say H1. Okay, this is May. Okay, April, May. Let's say April 8th, May 8th, right? Okay, can you see? So high, low. Okay, this is the downtrend right here. If you zoom in your chart, you begin to see the market is trending downwards. And wherever you sold, can you see this place? If you had sold here, you see how easy it was to make money. See how easy it was to just be in profit. Put your stop loss above this bearish candle. Can you see? Very easy. In 3 candles, you're already in big profits. Market hits your this one. Now, if you bought on this zone, very tiny profit, and price will hit, maybe you are sleeping, price will hit your stop loss. So there is no point looking for buys. Can you see? If you had bought from here, maybe after seeing this bullish candle, you say, let me buy. You lose your money. Price will definitely hit your stop loss. But if you sold, price will keep on being in your favor. If you sell from here, put your stop loss above, price will plan and give you instant profit. Okay, then someone will, can you see this? This is what we call pullback. So this buy you are seeing in a downtrend is called what we call pullbacks. Now look at the sales again. Very massive sell. All right, very massive sell here. Put your stop loss and market will keep coming down in your favor. Put your stop loss down here. All right, so when you keep trading, this very, very simple. You start making money. Then you have less times that price will hit your stop loss. It is as simple as that. I need to squeeze this so you can have a better view. Right? So summary of this is that the market, the trend is your friend. Let's keep it simple this way. Your main job is try to identify trend of the market. That's your main job. Then your second job is wait for price to be in line with your trend. Now let me clean all this and show you a ranging market. Now last week, if you notice, price was ranging. I'll go to H4. This is DXY, which is dollar index. So last week, since this August, price has been ranging. Now look at this area, okay, from this zone. Now, can you see that price has been in a box? Even though here we had a mini trend, even though we had a mini uptrend, but you can see that price was not breaking this high. Look at the highest high price has made. Price was not breaking this high. All right, price will just come up, come down. So look at this zone. You cannot say that this is an uptrend or a downtrend. So in this case, simply avoid the market. Whenever the trend is clear, trade in line with the trend. That way you have more profits than losses. So whatever strategy you are trading, please make sure you are trading in line with the trend. Okay, make sure you are trading in line with the trend. I have a bonus for you. Try to join my trading community. It's free on Telegram. Check my description, check my bio. Join in that trading community. I try to post my trades. I post charts. It's not just signal group. I post charts for you to see this yourselves and be able to tell that, oh, market is actually buying or selling. Lots of people made money last week. Lots of people made money the other weeks. Join the trading community, connect with like minds, and start getting these things very clear. All right. Now, there is one more thing I need to teach you. How do you know that price is about to reverse? How do you spot your reversals? Okay. So if market was actually trending up, okay, market was trending, and you keep buying, and sometimes you buy and market hits your stop loss, how do you know that price has reversed? okay, and they will come back here and go this way. Okay, so there is something we call change of character or break in market structure. Now this is an uptrend. This is the lowest low that price has created. This is the lowest low that price has created. You bought from here, price gave you some profit and hit your loss. Now that price has taken out this previous higher low, wait and be patient for price to come back and retest it at this zone, then you start selling. This is when you know that price has actually changed direction and you start looking for sells. I will try as much as possible to do another video concerning this, okay, so that you can get proper details about how to know that price has changed direction and better ways to make profit. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel so that YouTube can start recommending this video to more people, and then I will keep on producing educational and educative videos like this for you to start making money from the market. Feel free to join my trading community on Telegram. It's very free. I send my chats, I change my trades, and then you can make money and smile. Thank you very much, and cheers.